What's going on, guys? What's going on? Just finished rewatching the fight, Canelo Alvarez versus Erislandy Lara. Had to rewatch it because my live stream was freezing like crazy last night, so I didn't really get a good look of it. So until it popped up on YouTube, I didn't get a chance to watch it because, as you can see, I'm kind of at work. So I just want to give my perspective on the fight. People are seriously up and outraged, you could say, to a degree, with the final decision. And a lot of that being the fact that Levi Martinez scorecard. So my question is if Levi Martinez scored that fight 115, 113 to Canelo Alvarez, would it be that much of an uproar? Or would it have been more, well, I don't think he should have won, maybe it should have been a draw type of deal? Is it just the fact that he had such a wide margin that people are complaining about? So I have to ask this question. And this is not for everybody, because a lot of people understand these points. They might not agree with it, but they understand these points. When it comes to professional boxing, this is not amateur boxing. And I feel I feel like Lara is still too heavily dependent on his mentality as an amateur boxer, because he did it for so long. Now, the amateur system that Lara came up in is a little bit different than today's amateur system, since it's changed in the last year. The point system has changed in the last year. I know, because I referee fights. It's changed in the last year, where it used to be, it's more of a 10-point must system now, compared to when it was just a total point system. When I say total point system, is if it's a 3-round fight, you score 15 punch. If you land 15 punches in the first round, that's a point per punch. You land 10 punches in the second round, you land 15 in the third round, you've scored a total of 40 points. If the person that you're fighting scores less than that, you win. So it's not who lands. So in amateurs, it's who points the most punches. And I mean it just like that. Who points the most punches? But in professional boxing, it's not who points the most punches. It's not even who lands the most punches. It's basically put, when it comes to a judge's mind state, and a lot of judges, who landed the most telling shots. Let me repeat this. It's who landed the most telling shots. You get a jab through the guard, that's not a telling shot. If you land your power hand partially blocked, that's not as telling of a shot, although it's better than a jab. If you rip somebody clean, rock them, that's a telling shot. If you're throwing a pity pat, that's not a telling shot, that's more of a jab. So who lands the most telling shots in a fight? And I think in this fight, Lara hurt himself when it came to his mentality as a fighter in the ring. And it's as simple as that. Even on my scorecard, I wrote down here with my notes, he hurt himself. He hurt himself in this fight. So I'm going to read off my scorecards and tell you what I got, with 1, 2, 5 rounds being close. Now, before I even say how I got it scored, let me put something in the back of your mind. There was no title in this fight. People like 78 Sports TV, Blood Boxing talk about how it's alphabet titles in today's boxing. I've had conversations with Dante's Boxing Nation about how titles don't matter at this point. And in this fight, although there was no title at stake, the fact that Canelo Alvarez is a pay-per-view star, you could consider him the champion. So if it's a very, very close round, it easily could be given to Canelo Alvarez, because you have to beat the champion to be the champion. Did Lord do enough in the close rounds to be considered to beat the champion? And out of the 5 I wrote down as close, no, I take that back. It's more than 5 rounds that I have as close. I have 6 rounds that's close out of the fight. And out of those 6 rounds, I only gave Lord 3. So that changes the scorecard right off the bat. So how I got it, first 2 rounds, Lord, I think he did enough, landing some crisp shots on Canelo to win round 1 and 2. Round 3, I think the movement of Lara stunted both fighters' offense to the point not really anything was landed on either side. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 shots, crisp shots on either side, with Canelo body blows and Lara's crisp shots to the face. But it was too close, so I just gave it to the champion. So that's 2 for Lara, 1 for Canelo. Rounds 4 and 5, Lara, I guess he was trying to stand and trade or something. I don't know what he was thinking, because he came out in the 4th round and just let Canelo rip him to the body for the first 30 seconds of the 4th round. And he kept putting combinations together throughout the fight. Throughout the round, 4th and 5th round. Lara was landing some shots, but the more telling, more bone-rattling, more moving shots were the combination punching that Canelo was doing to the body. So I gave Canelo rounds 3, 4, 5. Round 6 was very, very close, but I think Lara just did enough to edge out the round. Round 7, that's when Canelo landed that left vicious uppercut that opened up Lara's eye. Also later in that round, he ripped to Lara's kidneys, and you could see the look on Lara's face, like, yeah, you doing your thing. He even started complaining to the ref, like, man, he's hitting me too low. No, he wasn't hitting you too low. You just didn't like getting hit right there. And so I had to give that round to Canelo. Close round in round 8. So close that I gave it to the champion and Canelo, because nobody did enough to win me either way. Round 9. Round 9 was pretty telling to me. Canelo came out trying to do some damage. He was putting his combinations to the body together again. Lord was scoring points, but not enough to sway me from saying this is a Canelo round. Round 10, another close round. Like I said, I had 6 rounds I consider close. That's another one that I gave to Canelo Alvarez. Championship rounds 11 and 12, although close, I think Lara did enough to edge out the rounds, making this fight, 7 rounds to 5. 7 rounds to 5. So I got Canelo winning. And this is only based off of Canelo being a champion from a point of view of a judge, and who landed the more telling shots. Who would you rather not be in the round? And out of the, like I said, 6 rounds I said was close. The other 6 rounds, I just think Canelo did enough. Well, I'm getting my math wrong. Out of the 6 rounds I didn't rule as close, I think out of 4 of those 6 rounds, Canelo did enough to sway me and say he landed the better bone-rattling shots. He is a guy I would rather be in that round because he's doing more damage. Not pointing more damage when it came to the vicious body blows that he was putting on Lara. So that's how I got the fight. Again, 7 rounds to 5. I mean, it is what it is, man. With all the close rounds, like I said, 6 close rounds, that can go either way on anybody's scorecard, depending on how you look at it, especially with judges. 7 rounds to 5 is not a bad score. Not a bad score. I can't even do my math right now. That's what, 115, 113? 2 of the judges had it 115, 113. If Levy Martinez did 115, 113, Canelo, would that be the same thing? This whole boxing community craze right now saying that Lara got robbed. I don't think he got robbed. I think he just did not fight enough of a professional boxer stylistically. I was about to just cut it off, but he didn't fight enough as a professional boxer stylistically to get the nod because he was fighting the champion. And you have to beat the champion to be the champion. Not outpoint a champion to be the champion. You have to beat the champion to be the champion. And I don't think he did enough to warrant the win. Simple as that. But that's my take on it. I'm going to get up out of here. Luckily, I didn't get a call when I was doing this video. Hopefully, I can upload it. If not, tonight. I'll do it when I get home in the morning. Till the next one, I'm about to this jump. Doses.